Hello everybody, my name is Justin and welcome back to another episode of Whiskey Tears. I'm excited because on today's video, I'm going to be doing a bottle that's been sitting on my shelf for a couple weeks now and I've been really excited to try. Today, we are doing Untitled Whiskey number 6 from 1-8 Distilling. Okay, so 1-8 Distilling is a company in Washington, D.C., which is about an hour or so from me, so I would love to get up there one day and check them out. But this Untitled Whiskey number 6, it kind of stood out to me on the shelf, honestly. One, because of the darkness of it in the bottle, and two, just because of the very plain labeling, but I love how it looks overall, the shape of the bottle with the tiny little label and just Untitled Whiskey. This is just whiskey in a bottle. So, introducing Untitled, a creative small batch spirit from the team at 1-8 Distilling. Untitled number 6 batch 2 ushers in the return of a double gold medal winning blend of now 14-year high rye bourbon finished in cognac, muscat, and oloroso sherry barrels. We've married the best characteristics of these old and new world spirits to produce complex and elegant bourbon. So, a blend of a 14-year high rye. So is this just straight 14-year high rye finished in different barrels? I think that's what it's saying. So it's coming in at 53%, so it is 106 proof. This was bottled on 9/29 of 21, so about 2 years ago here on this one. I'm excited to get into it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you enjoy whiskey, bourbon, tasting, all that good stuff, make sure you hit like and subscribe so you catch all the upcoming videos on the channel. But let's do the cork pop and get straight into it. Okay, synthetic cork, so it's got that nice loud pop on there. And the first thing I like to always do is nose it directly out of the bottle. Oh yeah, you can definitely smell the wine on there. Wine, leather, a lot of leather. Maybe the most leather I've ever smelled coming out of a bourbon before. Maybe even like a dried fruit. Maybe like a, you know how in the store you get those bags of dried fruits, maybe cranberry? I could get a dried cranberry maybe out of that as well. So it smells pretty good on the nose there out of the bottle. Let's go ahead and pour it into the glass and give it a try. See if it looks as dark as well coming into the glass as it does as it's sitting in the bottle. So it definitely is a little bit darker. It's got a little bit more of that deeper, richer mahogany color to it. So, I mean, that's probably a product of being finished in the different barrels, but I tend to like finished whiskeys and bourbons, so I'm hoping that I like this. I mean, the best whiskey I've ever had in my life is the Kavalan Vino Barrique, and that is finished in wine barrels. So I'm excited to try this one out. Hopefully it can produce maybe some of the same aesthetics and pleasures in my mouth. Oh yeah, just leathery. You get a little bit of wine. It's almost like if you had a really old leather wallet and you spilled some wine on it. That's just what hits you right out of the gate. Maybe a hint of cinnamon on there as well behind those dried fruits. Maybe blackberry in there too. Some blackberry coming out of that. That's nice. The nose carries over into that first sip. You definitely get the leatheriness. You definitely get the wine aspects in there. I'm trying to pick out which wine is more prevalent there. Definitely some sherry in there, maybe a little bit of the cognac as well, which isn't a wine, but you know what I mean. So really, really nice first sip. Really enjoyed that leatheriness. There's definitely some fruits there in the background behind that wine and that leather, but I really, really enjoy that wine and leather taste. Yeah, that's good. So the wine recedes into some fruitiness, maybe some like tart raspberry or tart blackberry if they were mashed together, kind of what I'm getting there. You get a little bit of spiciness up front. It is a high rye, so you definitely get a little bit of spiciness up front, but it's not overpowering because the leather really helps to tamper it down. The leather and the wine tampers it down a little bit, so it really melds well together, the rye and then being finished in those barrels, because it's almost like a spicy, leathery wine that you're drinking, but it's a bourbon. Yeah, definitely leathery wine. Let's see what it says here on the tag. So it says the nose hints of leather. Yes, there's definitely leather. French oak, didn't get too much French oak. Vanilla and dried apricots. Okay, so they're saying the fruit that I was smelling is dried apricots, but it is the dried version of the fruit which I was smelling as well. Opening with cognac and spice-forward rye on the palate. Okay, yes, absolutely. The bourbon quickly gives way to sweeter notes of maple and raisins and blackberries. Okay, so I got the blackberries. Don't know if I got the maple and the raisin. Let me try. Okay, I can see the raisin now because that's kind of up the dried fruit area. I don't really get the maple so much. Share this great whiskey with friends on a cold winter's night. Well, it is the 1st of February when I'm filming this. It's about 30 degrees outside, so it is the perfect night to be drinking this Untitled Whiskey number 6, batch 2 from 1-8 Distilling. It's really good. I am very happy with it overall. You guys, if you don't know, I like my whiskeys when they're finished. I think it brings a lot of different complexities and flavors in there. I don't mind them being finished at all. I really like that it darkens them up. I think generally the darker the better, in my opinion, especially when they're not finished, the darker the better, because that means generally they're probably aged more. But this one is the 14-year blend. I don't know if it's a blend or if it's just a single 14-year. I think it said it was a blend, but didn't say exactly what it was. But a high rye finished in 3 different types of casks. So really enjoying it overall. All right, so where am I gonna put it on the tier system? I actually think I'm gonna pour a little bit more to drink while I do this, but I think it's gonna be a pretty easy grade for me. Pretty easy grade for me on the tier system. 1-8 Distilling, Untitled Whiskey number 6 from Washington, D.C. Gonna go on the A tier. It's really, really good. Maybe the best, it's hard to remember with all the reviews I've done, but I think this is the best review that I've done so far this year in 2023. So props to you guys, 1-8 Distilling. I'll have to get up there sometime and check you guys out. I don't even know if they have an open distillery at bar or something like that. I'm sure they do, but I will definitely have to get in there and check that out. It's going on the A tier. It's really good. If you guys happen to come across this, highly suggest you pick it up. I got it for, I think, $95 in a local store. I don't know if that's high or low for this bottle MSRP, but that's what I found it for when it was on the shelf, and it was the last one on the shelf, so I had to pick it up. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit like and subscribe. I'm gonna down another sip of this and head in to the rest of my night. So 1-8 Distilling on the A tier, down the hatch. Yeah, it's good.